Let's go over the 13.6 independent practice. So for this first one about fish weight, make sure first, before you're writing anything, you need to find the median. So you need to take these two things and put them in order. So on my paper, I would have written down a little a, put them in order, and a little b here, and then put those in order. Then you can see your median is in between the 7 and the 9, which is 8. And your median is between the 5 and the 6, which is 5.5. So then I would write that down here in my answer. My median is 8. My median is 5.5. Then for your range, it's your biggest number minus your smallest. 12 minus 4 is 8. And for Lake B, it's 7 minus 4 is 3. So now that you have your medians and your ranges, now you're going to come up with those two sentences. And this is probably what those two sentences look like. In this case, they did one sentence, one compound sentence. The fish in Lake A tend to weigh more than the fish in Lake B, but the fish weights in Lake A also vary more. Now, they said tend to weigh more instead of using the word that we talked about, which is typically. So you could say the fish in Lake A typically weigh more, and you're saying the same thing. For this next one, you don't really have to do any work. You just need to come up with your two sentences. So your answer here should be the average height in class 2 is greater, but the heights of the students in class 2 vary more. Or if you want to use our word typically, you could say class 2 typically has taller students than class 1. And the heights of the students in class 2 vary more than the heights of the students in class 1. And then this last one, you kind of had to do a lot of work. You had Richard's science tests and then his math tests. So you got to take the science and put them in order. Find your median, which is 80. That's one of the two things you have to find, median and IQR. To find IQR, you need your Q1 and your Q3, which is going to be right here between the 76 and 78. That's 77. And then right here between the 80 and the 84. And to find this Q3, you'd have to take 80 plus 84 and then divide by 2, which gives you 82. Then subtract those. 82 minus 77 is 5. So the IQR of science is 5. Your median down here for math, which is represented by this letter M, is 80. Your Q1 is in between the 71 and 73, which is 72. And then Q3 is between 94 and 100. So you have to take 94 and 100 and add them, and then divide that sum by 2. That gives you 97. So to find your IQR, you take 97 minus 72, and you get 25. Once you do all this work, then you can actually write your two sentences. And here they actually did do two sentences. Both sets of tests have a median of 80. The interquartile range of the math scores 25 is greater than science, which is 5. So maybe you didn't use those exact words. Maybe you said they typically both have the same score, or Richard typically has the same score in math and in science, but his scores vary more in math because his IQR is way higher. So you don't necessarily need to use typically and the word vary, but those are kind of the go-to things.